Hey, everybody. Chris here. This week's episode is coming next week. Took a bit of a turn while I was in the midst of writing it. I ended up going a different direction than I thought I was going to go. And I'm actually going to end up splitting it up into two episodes, one coming much later this season. And frankly, I could have put it out today. But I just didn't feel like I had connected the dots the way I wanted to. The music still needs a little bit of work, so it's probably things no one would have noticed except for me. But I can't feel good about putting it out there, feeling like it's not what I want it to be and what I think the topic deserves. And you know how I do these episodes. If you've been listening for a while, you know that it all started out just telling fun stories, and then we started connecting dots and seeing through lines and trying to understand where we've gotten today through a historical lens. And I think this episode is a really important one along that journey. So I'm going to spend a little more time with it. It will be coming, for sure, next week, barring any catastrophe that I can't imagine at this point, though it could happen. You never know. And once that's out, we'll be on our regularly scheduled program for another month, because after that month, I'm going to take a week or two break because, like I do, I've come up with some new ideas for the second half of season 2 that have to be done. And here's why. Because the 1980s, especially when sport climbing was in its infancy, was a time when more and more women were getting involved in the sport. So they weren't necessarily doing the top things at that point. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be discussed. It doesn't mean that they weren't doing important things. So what we're going to do that I didn't have planned at all for this season is we're going to take a 2-week break, and then we're going to come back with several rapid fire episodes focused entirely on the important women of the 80s. There are several names I didn't really know anything about. A couple of names I hadn't even heard before. So I'm really excited to dive into that a little more. And you know, I know this because I learned this in season 1, that some of those episodes where they're names that you may not know, that I didn't know, those aren't going to be the popular episodes. The popular episodes are the ones about the climbers who are already famous. But that doesn't really matter to me. I'm here to tell the history, the important history, in a way that can help us see where we're at and our future through a different lens. So, thanks for sticking with me. I'll see you all next week. And also, a big shout out to the sponsors for this season, Rab and Tension Climbing. I feel comfortable with both of them being able to say, hey, I'm taking a break for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, so that I can make these episodes higher quality. And I know that they believe in that as well. And shout out to the patrons, the Secret Stoners Club, for all of the engagement in there. You're going to be getting several bonus episodes after the one that's coming. So stay tuned for those. All right. I'll see you guys next week.